going on, everybody? What's going on? We're about to get started in this conversation. Do me a favor, let me know where you're calling from or where you're watching from. We got CP the artist, the bro in the house. What's going on, bro? Glad you were here. Let me get a sip of my coffee. We're gonna have a nice conversation today. All right, nice conversation. Oh, go live. I haven't gone live yet. There we go. We're on IG now. All right, IG, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. We're on all of it. YouTube. Let me know where you're watching from. Yeah, we're about to get into this conversation. It's gonna be a good one. Yeah. I know some of you guys are going to be like, but Dre, why are you talking about this? You married and all. Because I'm invested. I care. That's why. So in about 10 seconds, we're going to get into this. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get started. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. What's going on? So I got CP the artist driving and listening. Thank you so much for being present with us. My mother's in the building, always supporting. Thank you so much, Mom, for being here. Glad you were here. And we also got Honestly Speaking in the house. What's going on, Honestly Speaking? My sister here, she's going to make sure that I'm on point, accurate. All right. She sent me some dope stuff that we go back and forth on. So I appreciate our camaraderie in Christ, sister. So thank you so much for being there. All right. So today's discussion, I'm not going to delay it. I'm going to get right into it. If you can hear me clearly in the chat, do me a favor, hit the 1 button because I want to make sure you guys can hear me clearly. I also want to make sure that all my cameras are working. This is on. Good. What about this one? This one's working good. All right. So we're all set. We're ready to go. All right. And we are live. We are live because the on air is on. If I record a video and it's not a live stream, that won't be on. So just so you guys know. All right. So that you guys know. All right, so let's get into the discussion, okay? Dating today is extremely hard. What's going on, Yo Smelly? I see you in IG, and shout out to everybody in the IG chat. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. Do me a favor. If you want to leave a comment on IG. I'm going to try my best to go back and read it. However, definitely the comments on YouTube and Facebook or Twitch will be able to be shared on the live stream. All right. So let's get into the discussion. Dating in the modern day. So we're living in a time now where everything is centered and driven around social media. It's like, if it's not posted on IG, did it really happen? Right? If we didn't share this on Facebook, did it really happen? Right. And we are extremely careful at curating our social media presence because we want people to believe that we live a specific lifestyle that we might not live. All right. We want people to know that we live this way, but we may not live this way. And that has crept up into dating. Yes, dating. Modern dating, to be specific. People, what's going on, Kente? Glad you were here, bro. People aren't dating to find someone to love. They might not even be dating to find somebody to love them. Today, people are dating for the experience. They want somebody to give them a specific experience. Ladies, you may want some man to buy your dinner and treat you extravagantly because you feel like you deserve it. And gentlemen, you probably are like, you know what? I'm ready to fly this woman out here because she's about to, do what I want her to do. And if I fly her out, I'm more likely going to get that. You're not really looking for love, are you? Not saying you like you, but you, if you're watching this, you, right? Are you looking for love? Do you really want to find somebody to love? Do you want somebody to love you? Right? Or are you just chasing experiences? Are you just chasing the next, who can do this for me? Social media has made it so that the expectations around dating is extremely superficial and self-centered. Yeah, I said it, self-centered. That means you might have to take this pill that you might be dating somebody for selfish reasons. Not because you're ready to be somebody's husband, not because you're ready to be somebody's wife, but because you want somebody to do for you. You're selfish. You're selfish. I say this with all due respect, but you're going into dating selfishly because you feel dating is about you getting what you want. And you know what has helped with that? Social media. You get your dating cues from your favorite podcaster because they were able to buy a nice microphone, get up some lights. They have like a 3-camera setup. And all of a sudden, you believe that they know what they're talking about, and whatever advice they're giving on YouTube, whatever it is, it's got to be the truth because they're a podcaster. They are an influencer. This goes for me too. Now, do I have some experience in the game? Yes. Not just life experience, but actual formal training and education in this. But even me, don't just take my word for it. Okay, because I can give you some advice that might work for you, but it might not work for your neighbor. Okay? But everybody has something to say about dating. Men are out here talking about women need to be submissive while they're dating. They need to submit to the man and all that nonsense. My sister, I say this to you right now. If a man is not your husband, the Bible does not require you to submit to that man. Doesn't matter if he's paying your bills. Don't matter. If he's not your husband, you're not required to submit to him. Okay? But let me come over here to the ladies. But ladies, saying for you. This expectation that a man is to prove that he's a provider for you by splurging on the first, second, third dates and pay your bills when he's not your husband? Social media has got you believing that this is the norm, this is the expectations, which is why there are so many single people out there. That's why you who might be watching this right now, why you're single. And some of you guys been single so long that you have decided, instead of saying, you know, let me do some self-reflection and work in my life so that I can be available to somebody, you'll start gaslighting yourself and deflecting from the real issue and start saying, well, I'm happy in my singleness. Now, some people are. They're content. And no, not everybody is meant to be married. But some of you guys were like desperately seeking relationships and companionship. And when you didn't find it because you didn't want to do the work in yourself, you started gaslighting yourself, believing that, well, I don't really want to be with nobody anyway. Now, I know some good people who are single and content. But there's some of you guys who are single and not content and not willing to do the work in yourself to be a companion to somebody else. Some of you just want somebody to do for you. That means you're not ready to be in a relationship. That means you're not ready to be in a marriage. Okay? It's probably because you're getting your cues about dating from social media, and social media has went havoc in modern dating today because you believe, men and women, that you are entitled to certain things in the dating phase that you should not be entitled to. You believe this stuff because your favorite influencer, your favorite celebrity, your favorite this or that, they're being flown out. They got the nice car. They're doing all this. You believe that you're entitled to these things to the point where you will go broke trying to get those things. You're getting accused from the wrong places. And then we have people who have the ability to speak well, start podcasts. They start opening up, going in front of audiences and answering questions and stuff like that. And they're giving some pretty poor advice to people who are really trying to find somebody to marry. And we become desperate for that kind of advice. We become desperate for that. Like we want our favorite influencer to tell us what we want to hear instead of what you need to be told. What's going on, Tammy? I see you here. My brother Otis, glad you were here. Honestly Speaking says, yes, a lot of men and women, men are too self-centered. When we go into dating, I got to be honest, a lot of us have gone into dating hoping to receive something and not really trying to give anything in return. And I'm not talking about like transactional in the sense that if a man is paying for your dinner, then you should put out. I'm saying the expectations of a man paying for anything extravagantly while you guys are getting to know each other is self-centered. To expect a man to do that or to expect a woman to do this in return is all self-centered. Right? And and we get that cue from social media. We get it from social media. Right? We see somebody on Facebook having a nice, vacation, and we're looking at our boo and saying, well, our husbands or wives, how come we're not doing that? Maybe because financially you're not in a place to do that right now. And maybe you'll get there. Right? But what we're doing is social media has us chasing experiences instead of trying to develop genuine relationships with people. Did you hear me? Social media has us chasing experiences because we want to be able to share those experiences with people to let them know that we're living the lit life instead of us trying to find genuine connections with people. We have become so consumed in social media. And I got to be honest with you, if I can keep it a buck, I was probably there a couple of years ago. I was. I wanted to be in a relationship with me. I wanted to experience things. I wanted people to see that my life was this amazing life. While I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with my 3 sons, barely making ends meet, I'm taking trips and posting it and trying to show everybody that I'm living a decent life when I was broke. Broke. Well, I gotta be honest with you. Like, I was able to travel because I budgeted well. And, when you are a single father earning like $12.13 an hour, your tax return is pretty hefty. And some of you guys are going to have a dope tax return. All right. I would travel then. But now I'm realizing all of that was just me curating a life that I wanted you guys to see. It was to the point where I was trying to chase experiences and not really try to connect with anybody genuinely. And we go into dating thinking that. For crying out loud, listen, whether you're out with your girls or you're out with your boo, how many of you guys have to stop whatever you're doing, take a photo of the food that's in front of you that you spent $125 on, and it comes with a leaf, a slither of a fruit, and a piece of meat that wide, and you got to take a picture, and it's got some brown liquid on it. You got to stop and take a photo of it and post it on IG, tag the place before you can do anything else. Right? How many of us, and I'm saying us, because I'm included, how many of us have been there? How many of us have done that? How many of us have been so consumed with what we want other people to see that we forget that what's really important is me making this connection with the person in front of me? Social media has demolished modern dating. Right? Demolished. What's going on, Sister Emma? Hey, Emma, glad you're here, man. We miss you at PS 78. All right. Yes. Despair. Brother Chavis is in the building. Good evening. Greetings, Brother Dre. I hope everyone's watching as well. Yes. Prayer as well. You guys are showing love to each other in the chat. Yeah. So it's crazy. And I want you guys to watch the video that's going to be releasing with this coming Thursday, my conversation with my cousin Damon K. Jones. All right. Because we talked a little bit about this and a couple of other things, but it's absolutely insane how we have allowed social media to become our guide in life. We get a lot of our social cues from social media. We get a lot of our expectations of other people from social media. It's insane how much we grab. And the thing is, social media is an algorithm that feeds you exactly what you want fed. Because the goal of social media is to keep you on the platform. So if you are watching a video of how you can find a rich man to take care of you, they're gonna find all that. They're gonna make sure that you see as many videos like that as possible. If you're a man and you want to know how you can finesse a woman to get what they're gonna feed you all that nonsense, and you're gonna believe it and believe it and believe it, and then it spills out into your dating. And men, you're treating women like they're nothing but a piece of meat, a property that should be submissive to you while you've done nothing at all because you expect that. And ladies, my sisters, you're out there expecting men to splurge on you on a first, second, third date because you feel like you deserve it. You deserve it. Social media has fooled you guys into thinking that life is about you. And you're so concerned about curating your social media platforms the way you want people to be seen, the way you want to be seen, is that when you come into to real life, you start believing that yourself. It helps us become even more self-involved, self-centered, and not caring about other people. My brother Jermaine is in the building. Many of us worship at the altar of secular humanism. It's wild that we'll do what we'll do to feel good. Yeah. What's going on, real brother 32? Glad you were here. Social media is like WWE, entertaining but fake in many ways. It's wild how people will take social media like it's gospel. Word. Like my cousin Damon K. Jones, who will be in the video I'm releasing this Thursday, talked about what he uses social media for. He uses it as a business. It's for him to generate income for his business. Okay. And he convicted me because I was using social media to share my real life. Like if you go on my social media, it's not polished at all. It really isn't. I'm not wearing the nicest suits, the nicest clothes. Like what you see on my social media is what you get. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like this is who I am, right? Like even now, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like you see this nice setup or whatever, like the good lighting, the 3 camera setup and all that stuff. You gotta see my desk. My desk is a mess. Like you hear all that? You hear all that? You hear? I got papers and you hear that? It's curated. Like I curated this. We're all doing it, right? We're all doing it. And we got to be careful because when it comes to into dating and you trying to find a genuine, real relationship with somebody, it can't be so curated to the point where you're not able to present your genuine self. You got to be able to present your genuine self, like who you really are. And social media doesn't allow for that. It doesn't. To the point where you can go on a first date, right? And then all of a sudden you start thinking about that person after the date. Oh, such a nice date. That's great. Wait, let me check out their social media. Let me search them up. And then you start searching up some things on their IG and Facebook and you're like, yo, wow. Like this person is really about themselves. All right? Because that's what we want. We want it to be about us. And then it creeps into our dating. And now the man wants a woman to be submissive to him and do what she wants and give him all that he wants. And the woman wants all this man's resources, money, pay my bills, all that stuff. And social media, your favorite podcasters, they're all telling you this nonsense. I want to play a video real quick if you guys don't mind. Okay? Play a video. I do not. So this video is from a podcast called It's Negotiable. I just recently found them. Sounds like a decent podcast. The sisters on the podcast sound like they're believers. Again, this is not an endorsement on the podcast, but this conversation was pretty interesting. They were having a conversation with Travis Malloy, who I believe is a gospel artist. Not really sure. I know he's a musician. But they had a decent conversation, and I wanted to highlight this real quick. So if you guys can do me a favor, in the chat, when I play this, put a 1 in the chat so I know that it's playing. All right? So check this out, and I'll add my commentary.
I think we pick and choose what provision means based on what it may mean to the culture. Okay.
But I think it needs.
Now, he's pretty much saying, like, that's pretty much what I'm saying. We allow culture, and in today's day, culture in modern times is social media. Social media, we're getting a lot of our cultural cues, our behaviors from social media. And we're allowing social media to dictate what our homes should be looking like. All right? So listen up.
Needs to mean what it means for your household. Because I've seen, women look down on men who are going 50-50 with their women. But if that's what works for their household, and I'm not saying you should be okay with that, but I'm saying if that's what works, you should emasculate men, because I have a desire to pay for everything. I do have a desire to do that. But if there's a season where I can't,
Yeah.
I don't want to be emasculated by the black woman.
Yeah.
Now, or women in general. I think he says that.
Or the woman in period. I don't
Yeah.
want to be emasculated,
All right.
because if your love for me is based on what I can do,
What I can do for you.
if something happens where I can't do no more, then it makes me feel like, damn.
Like, this is a lot of pressure for men to be in. But this is not just about women or men of provision. The point I'm trying to make here is where we get our cues from, and what does provision look like? Because in social media, in a lot of these podcasts and relationship podcasts, there's this concept of provision that is extremely one-sided and convenient for one or the other. And instead of people looking at relationships like, you know what? No, we're not looking at it as a 50-50. But let's look at this as together. Okay, you are the husband, and culturally, biblically, you are meant to be the provider and the protector. Okay, which means that you should be working to take care of your family. But the good point is, what if there's a situation and a season where you are physically incapable of doing it? Should a man be emasculated because he can? Because how social media would paint it is, if he is not doing this, regardless of the situation, then he's not really a man. He should be emasculated, should be disrespected. So this is a good point.
You gonna leave me?
Yeah.
Because I can't do it right now. So it's just this, and again, this could just be my personal, but I know a lot of men. It's this pressure. I remember going on a date, and my friends laugh at me. I remember we went on a date, and I was trying to impress this girl. I was trying to impress her. It was
Never impress when you're going out on a date. This goes for men and women. Stop trying to impress on a first date. Present your true self and stop impressing one another. It kills the dating aspect, the getting to know you aspect of dating. It does. Stop trying to impress, because how you win them is how you have to keep them. So stop with this whole for good first impression. You're not applying for a job. Okay? You're trying to get to know somebody. Gosh. So no more.
she was like, I couldn't believe I even had her in my car. It was one of them ones. Like, I can't believe she agreed.
She the one.
Yeah, she can have anybody she wants. She picked me. I'm like, oh my God. So we go into this restaurant and we get to, you're gonna crack up. I can laugh just talk about it. We get to the thing. They're like, all right, so it's $20 to park in the front and it's $5 to park down the street. And in my head, I'm like, $20. I'm ready to park down
That's the dinner. I'm gonna let you out and I'm gonna go park.
But can I be honest with you? I felt so much pressure to get the $20 one because I didn't want her to look down on me.
But is that self-inflicted pressure?
It could be. So that's why I said immediately, I'm not blaming anybody.
Yeah.
Now, she's saying, could it be self-inflicted? It could be. It also could be the pressure of social media or the messages that we watch on social media, YouTube, telling us that, oh, if we don't do this, we're a scrub. If we don't do this, we are broke. And they're going to think of us as broke, and we don't want to come off as broke. All right? It's the expectation that social media has on both men and women. Okay?
But, you know, social media and the culture has put a lot of pressure on us.
On everybody. On everybody.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. So for me,
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to get the $20 parking
To impress her.
to impress her.
Well, let me tell you.
I remember those times when I felt that way too. And I also remember the times after that when I was like, I just don't care. I was like, I don't care, you know. If I don't got it. So what's going on, Larita? Glad you're here. Hey, Molly December. I see you. Mark Rogers, thank you so much for being here. Naima, what up? We got Leah in the house and my sister Tammy. All right. Now I was at the point, I was like, listen, this is who I am. Either you like me or you don't. And if you don't, I respect it. We're not meant to be. So I hope you have a good life. We have to stop with this whole first impression thing, because we're getting our cues again from people who don't even really know us. Social media is telling us what we should be doing, and it's a lot of pressure, not just on the men, but on women as well. For crying out loud, ladies, you guys spend so much money on aesthetics because you want to make a good first impression on the first date. And I don't care what you guys say. You guys can, lie to yourselves all you want and be like, I do this for me. If you're going on a date, you're doing it so that you can impress him. Say what you want, ladies. And I'm not saying this to shame you. I'm saying it is what it is, because men do the same thing. Men will go into their closets, pull out their freshest J's and all that stuff or whatever in order to impress. Men and women do it alike. But when you're impressing, you need to make sure that everything is exposed well enough to want him to desire you, but not so much where he's looking at you as easy. It's so much thought we put into all of this, right? Instead of saying, let me just present myself, let me just be me, and give this person the opportunity to love me or get to know me, and me to get to know them. It's a lot of pressure, man. I'm glad I'm not in these dating streets. A lot of pressure. And I'm older now. Like I'm pushing 45. Like, this is too much pressure. I couldn't do it. Glad I'm out these streets.
I think I agree with you. There is a lot of pressure from social media and all that stuff. I also think that as Black women, because you said you get this, you feel like this for a lot of Black women.
But that's because that's all I date.
Okay.
So I can't talk about. I can talk about who's approached me, but I have only dated Black women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think that we are sometimes traumatized from Black men who don't step up.
I agree.
I've met men who, I'm in a bad season right now.
Yeah, I agree.
And then that season lasts 5, 6, 7 years. Like, sir, what are you in a season, or is this a lifestyle?
It's so funny that you say that. It's so funny that you say that, because
What's crazy? I had a season that lasted like 5, 6 years. You're going front. Like, hold on, let me. I had a season that lasted like 5 or 6 years when I was back in school and trying to earn my degrees and stuff. Like, it was a tough season. And there was definitely some ladies that was like looking at my situation, was like, nah, Dre, never. And it was kind of funny as, after I, got my career and became a teacher, they spun the block and was trying to slide in my DMs, and I was like, nah, you missed your shot. Nah, but listen, like I was in a 6-year drought. I was. But doing well now.
I totally agree. I have seen men do my sister dirty.
Yeah.
I've seen men do my mother dirty.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen men do my friends dirty. But what I've also seen is them come to the good guy traumatized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I've always been second in that world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, growing up, all the good girls wanted the bad guys.
Yeah.
That's just been a thing. So by the time they get to me, they got 2 kids and they're traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I be the one to have to pick up.
And again, even back then, like in the 90s, that was a thing. And it was just like the culture telling young ladies that it's funner to be with the bad boy. We get our cues from external sources that don't really care nothing about us, and we don't look at the long game when we're looking at dating. It's what can I get right now, and I want this instant gratification, and I want it to look a specific kind of way. You want the bad boy back then because it looked a specific type of way, and didn't consider what it actually is. And had you just allowed the good guy who was presenting his genuine self to give you the opportunity, you would probably be in a way better situation right now. You and him alike. Social media got people living in fantasy world while the real world is getting torched. 100% agree.
The
weight.
weight of you wanted the drug dealer, you wanted the street guy, you wanted the one that could get you the section at the club.
Yeah. But what if it's not that? Okay, I'm just playing devil's advocate. What if it's a woman who she did uplift the man, and she
And I appreciate her giving this aspect also, because this is also an important part of it.
believed in him, and he didn't believe in himself enough to make it happen. So now when she's in the dating pool again, her expectations are like, I want to see what you can do, because I don't want to go down this road, because I feel like a lot of women, when we are committed, we are really committed, and we're pushing our man. We want them to win. So I'm putting all this energy into you, and you're not doing it yourself. So now the next guy who comes along, like you said, we're a bit traumatized, but we just kind of want to see where you are before we invest. You want to see where we are before you invest your money. I want to see where you are before I invest my emotions and my time. So it's kind of like
And my body.
Which is fair. And don't invest your body, whatever
And
she
my
said.
body.
Yeah. Now, invest your body after the marriage, ladies. Just don't, if you're going to invest your body, make sure that you're going to get a decent return from it. In most cases, the guy will do first. Like, don't just invest your body just because. Like, all right, let me just say that. But let me stop this here, okay? I think my point was made with this video. It's important for us to make sure that we not allow social media to dictate to us how we should move in the dating streets, because when you do, you're really going to find the people that is telling you exactly what you want to hear, and you're going to follow that, and then you're going to start developing those expectations, and those expectations are probably keeping you single, male and female. The reason why you can't find a good woman is this on? The reason why you can't find a good woman is because you're listening to these bozo podcasters telling you that these women are, that first off, all women are modern women and they're all bad, which is absolutely nonsensical. But then because social media is telling you that, or your algorithm is based on what you're searching, is telling you that all women should be looking a specific type of way because you want the good traditional woman, while all your attention is going to the, I gotta be nice, the women out there showing all their bodily functions on Instagram, and you're saying, oh, like the very thing that you're attracted to is the very thing that you shame. I say it like that. And you got these podcasters telling you that all women are the same way, and you are probably don't have any, if at all, any interactions with women at all, and you're taking their cues and believing what they're telling you about women, and that's nonsense. Okay? It's nonsense. Good women are out there if you're looking at the right places. You know where they're not? Posting their bodies on Instagram. They're just not doing that. They're not. And you're out there trying to find a good woman on Instagram. And here's the thing about social media, guys. Social media is designed to keep you on the platform. You know what else is designed to keep you on the platform? Dating sites. Yes, dating sites, okay? Dating sites are meant to keep you on the platform. Let me play this video for you guys real quick, okay? Listen to this, guys.
This is my Super Bowl.
This is
Maker
crazy.
of Tinder, Hinge sued over addictive dating apps that put profits over love. I have been yodeling this from the mountaintops since day one. An app that's designed to be deleted should not have a 6-month membership.
Now, look. You have dating sites charging you $60 for a 60-month membership. And I can't be the only one to see the problem in that, right? A dating site that is meant to keep you single so that you can keep paying them for membership. It's insane. Hold on one second. I gotta go off of this real quick. What's going on, G Games? How you doing? Are you calling me a big nosy man, or are you just saying that I have a big nose? Let me know in the chat. I don't mind a good insult. So let me know what you mean by big nosy man. All right. Would love to hear your reasoning behind that comment. Thank you. All right, let's continue.
Membership option. Suit brought by 6 plaintiffs in states including New York, California, and Florida argues that dating app parent
Crazy.
company Match Group gamifies the services to transform users into gamblers locked in a search for psychological rewards that Match makes elusive on purpose. $4 to send a rose to a standout profile. Like, oh, this person seems like your type, but you're gonna have to give us a little bit. Match Group spokesperson denied the
That's
allegations
crazy.
in the Valentine's Day lawsuit, saying it is ridiculous and has zero merit. Really? Because I feel like your boss had something different to say about that. The co-founder of Tinder admitted it was inspired by B.F. Skinner's classic experiment with pigeons, which conditioned hungry pigeons to believe that food delivered randomly into a tray was prompted by their pecking. By hijacking the brain's reward system, which privileges the short-term hit of dopamine over more long-term rewards, the design of dating apps encourages us to keep playing. And listen, I understand they are a business, okay?
They are a business, but the business is designed to keep you playing that game. You know what's the game? Your money. At the expense of you looking for an actual mate and companion in life. That's crazy. This is how social media is killing us. Because this, regardless of if you're paying or not, regardless of if it's a dating site, it's a form of social media.
The bottom line is important. However, let's put it this way. If I bought a microwave and it did not microwave my food, I would be like, but that's your job. Like, well, if all food is warm, then there's no need for us anymore. You're a microwave. Use this kind of like casino mentality of design, and then to deny it is bonkers. I don't know.
And if one of my moderators can check J Games, that would be dope. Thank you.
We'll see if it goes anywhere, but I just love that this conversation is happening. And am I a little bit salty that they have wanted to work with every single creator that focuses on dating except for me? Maybe.
Insane. Insane. And I'm going to open up that article in a second. I'm going to read this article, right? Because people are out there really suing social media sites because they're out there, they're out there trying to really mess with you guys and keep you single and paying. All right. But in this article by found in CBS News, class action lawsuit claims Tinder Hinge dating app designed to addict users. The lawsuit filed in San Francisco on Wednesday, Valentine's Day. This was filed on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day it was filed. Isn't that crazy? It asserts that dating apps Tinder and Hinge are intentionally designed to make their users addicts. Not to help them find a mate, but to make them addicts. Now, this is a lawsuit filed, okay? The suit filed as a class action against Match Group, Inc., the Dallas-based company that is owner of a bevy of dating platforms, begins by stating that the dating apps have altered social reality. That's what my point I'm making. A millennium of traditional courtships have been replaced by technology. The 58-page complaint then proceeds in sweeping fashion to make the case that as online dating has made it convenient for people seeking to find connection through relationships, the users have paid a weighty price. In the plaintiff's words, the truth is the apps are designed to be addictive. It's meant to keep you on it. YouTube is meant to keep you on it. After you watch this video, you know what's going to happen? YouTube is going to recommend a video according to your algorithm that they hope will keep you there because they need advertisers' money. Facebook, the same way. The same way. Instagram, the same way. They all operate the same way. Addictive by design. I'll put this in the chat and I'll put the link in the chat or in the description so you guys can watch this later. Okay, but this is a serious thing. Put it in the chat now. 1 second. There you go. It's a serious thing, and I think that we take lightly how driven we are by social media. How addicted we are by how much we crave validation from social media. We crave it. We crave it. All right. We crave validation from other people, which is why we post so much. I ain't gonna lie, I post a lot too. Well, I post more like words now than I do pictures, unless it's of my grandkids or my kids. All right. But yeah, man. It's insane. Yeah, a lot of walking upstairs. All right, but it's insane. And when it comes to dating, we have allowed social media to tell us what dating should look like. It plays on the desire to see what else is out there completely, all for the money. 100%. It's all for the money. They want to keep you on the platform. And it's sad. It's sad. And then it creeps into our dating. It creeps into dating. It creeps into what we believe about men as a whole, what we believe about women as a whole. We start developing toxic ideas about the other gender based off of what we see on social media. We start basing what we should expect from the other gender, the opposite sex, based off of what social media is telling us to expect. Do I believe in the whole 50-50 thing? No, I don't. But you wanna know why women are so against 50-50 today? Because of social media. Do I believe married women should give the gift of submission to their husbands if he's proven that position? Absolutely. But do I believe that men should just be given a woman's submission because he has a third extremity growing in between his legs? Absolutely not. No. But if social media has its way and these podcasts have its way, you need to be doing that, ladies. It's very difficult for people to find somebody of noble character, somebody who's genuine, because we are all living as avatars. We're all living as avatars. And we are avatars, and the people that are controlling us are those who are creating the content that we so desire to watch. We are avatars, and they're controlling us. At least they're controlling you if you allow them to control you. Some of us need a breakthrough. Some of us need to break all those nasty habits that we have, clean up our algorithms, get into what the Word of God says about relationships, about the male-female dynamic, and sort of follow that instead of taking your cues from your favorite female bashing podcast or male bashing podcast. Maybe then you would start finding yourself in places where you can genuinely meet people who are real, who are actual, and who are not avatars created by social media. You probably say, Dre, that's easier said than done. No, it's not. It really isn't. Okay, because you guys are all, not you guys, but all of us, many of us are walking around like we are Pinocchios, like we're puppets. And social media is pulling the strings. And some of us just need to cut the strings and say, if we really want to have genuine relationships with people, whether it be romantic relationships that leads to marriage or just having a positive relationship with that is platonic with people, we need to cut the strings. We need to cut the strings because it's keeping us very isolated, very alone, very individualistic minded, where it's all about us and self-centered. Like the reason why you can't find a good woman, the reason why you can't find a good man is because you believed the hype of social media and you have become selfish. It's about you and you finding what you want, somebody to make you happy. When I officiate weddings, right, I ask them a question. And the question is, why do you want to marry them? And this is unscripted. I tell them ahead of time that I'm going to ask them this, but I tell them I don't want you guys writing anything down. And I also tell them you cannot share what that person does for you or makes you feel. The question is, why do you want to marry this person? And it forces them to think about, what are they going to bring? What are they going to offer to the person that they're marrying? It changes the focus from, oh, this person makes me happy. This person loves me unconditionally, so I want to be with them. And it changes it and makes them think about what they are willing to provide, what they are willing to give to the person that they're going to marry. And many of us aren't going into dating with that mindset. Many of us aren't going even into our marriages with that mindset. It's about what I can receive, or how this person makes me feel, how this person stimulates me. And that's what and pretty much I want to have that stimulation for the rest of my life. That's why I'm getting married. It's not because I want to provide this specific thing to this specific person for the rest of my life. It's because they do this for me and it makes me feel good. But then when they're not doing that for you anymore, or maybe they're incapable of doing that for you anymore, then you try to bounce. And then social media will tell you that's okay. If you're not happy and they're not making you feel good in the relationship, then you need to leave, because it's his responsibility or it's her responsibility to make you happy. Nonsense. You find your happiness in God. You find contentment in God, in your relationship with Christ. And then you identify what you should be doing for the other person. Because here's the thing. The Bible says that you should seek to outdo each other in love. And the Bible was speaking in general to people. But what if husbands and wives apply that? And they start looking to outdo each other in love. I want to love you this way, and you want to be loved this way, so I'm going to love you this way. I'm going to provide this for you, and vice versa. Marriages will flourish. If you go into dating thinking this is what I want, that's going to help you find the person, because you know I'm willing to put this out there and give this person this. Right? Now I'm also able to identify if this person is willing to give the same thing and reciprocate. That's important. That's important. It's vital. And I see you guys in the chat. All right? Yes. I see you guys in the chat. Thank you guys so much for making sure that the chat stays active, okay? But yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Stop getting your social media, your dating cues from social media. Stop. Because it's not helping you. If you've been watching the same podcast for the last 2 years and you're still in the basement playing video games, wasting all your super chat, super thanks, Cash App, and Venmo on their podcast, and you're still in the same position, it's a bad investment. And if you're still watching the Sprinkle or whoever podcast out there, ladies, right, telling you that this is what you should be doing to find a man and get him to splurge on you, and you're still single, you might got to switch it up. You might have to switch it up. You may have to watch Harrison Family Values more often, right? But you got to switch it up. Now, this is just for those who want to find companionship and get married. If you don't want to be married and your God has called you to be single and you're happy in your singleness, I'm not talking to you. So I'm not talking to you. But if you really want to find a relationship, you got to be cautious what you allow to enter your mind, what you allow to enter your spirit, because it's probably either going to set you up to find someone that you can live with for the rest of your life, or just be a temporary placeholder in somebody's life and just be single. So, yeah. Oh, gosh. Glad you guys are here. And I've been talking straight for like the past 51 minutes. So I approach you. Yeah, yo, that lady's off the hook. She definitely does. What's going on, Jess Jeanette? Glad you were here. Yeah, she definitely promotes that. All right. We got a long comment here. Let me make sure I get this. What's going on, Cecil John Howell? Watching from Facebook. Glad you're here. Submission of wives to their husbands is not conditional based upon his income. I agree. 100% agree. Her happiness, provision, biblical submission is based only upon the man's submission to God. I agreed. Submitting to one another out of reverence for Christ, which actually that scripture is referring to the body of Christ, like the entire church submitting to one another, not specifically to a husband and a wife. So there's in that scripture in Ephesians 5, there's two parts of that. it ends, the first part ends with submission to one another in Christ, referring to the church being submissive to one another in godliness. And then it goes into a different kind of submission for husband and wives. But I understand where you're going with this. Submit to one another out of reverence to Christ. Wives, submit to your husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is the head of the Christ. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit in everything to their husbands. Husbands, love your wives. Christ loved the church. Yeah, which is one of the scriptures I reference all the time for myself and for others as well. So wives, so husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. So wives submit to their husbands because they are their husbands' men. Yeah, they're husbands. Yeah. It depends on the podcast. I watch track stars when I can. They care about godliness. Yes, that you got to be careful. Yeah, it all depends on the type of podcast it is. Mark Rogers says, I don't know who she is, but she needs to be avoided. No, I don't even know. I've seen some people respond to some of her stuff, and it's scary. It's scary what she's out there teaching and what some women are really accepting from. Yeah. Showing, yes, the love in the chat. Out serving each other is my goal with my husband. Yes, Sister Linda. Yes. That's one of my favorite podcasts. Track stars. Yeah. You done put her name out there. Yeah. Shara 7 is into witchcraft, y'all. We are not led by such folks because that is an enmity with God. Yeah. Hold on one second. I think I have to. This one actually would be better if I do the chats this way. Let me see. Yeah. All right. So now we can see it way better. I'll do it this way. Yeah. All right. I'm going to check out Trackstars. I'm familiar with them. I haven't seen much of their stuff, to be honest with you. But but if I do it this way, IG can't see. So if you're watching on IG, my apologies. I'm going to put it back. All right. But yeah. My encouragement to you guys is to really, if you're going to find podcasts, find professionals, actual professionals with letters behind their name, not just people who consider themselves relationship coaches or life coaches, but people that have invested into their education and knowledge and have done clinical hours of and clinical internships in counseling and stuff like that, and marriage and relationship counseling, because everybody has an idea, everybody has something, and if all you need today is a camera, good lighting, and a good microphone, and an audience of people who just want you to tickle their ears, and you're going to grow, and people want to listen to you, and you're going to continue perpetrating the cycle of toxicity in relationships today. And I don't want that for you guys, especially if you are looking to find somebody that you can live with for the rest of your lives and do life together with. I want you guys to find that if that's what you want. And I'm hoping that you do. And I would love to help you guys with that as well. This dating thing is the worst and made way worse because and thanks to social media expectations versus life reality. And that's important, Larita. Reality of life. We wanna live this extravagant life instead of just living. Yeah. Healthy podcasts, not bitter and broken ones. 100%. All right, guys, let me get out of here. Okay, been on here for going on an hour, and I'm appreciative of you guys because you guys rock with me every week. I do love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Do me a favor though. After this video is done, I need you guys to go into my on YouTube and go to Harrison Family Values, and I want you guys to look up the video that is going to be premiering this coming Thursday at 4 p.m. And I want you guys to click get notified. Okay. And while you're at it, click the like button also. And if you're watching this video, like this video as well. Okay. Whether you're watching it on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, IG. No, IG doesn't really do the like button, but you can leave a reaction. I'll greatly appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much, Larita. Glad you were here. I'm glad you were able to catch it. And we got to have a conversation one day. Invite you on my podcast. What do the kids say today? Living in Delulu? I've never heard that before. I've never heard that before. Yo, good lighting can lead to another toxic fraudcast. Oh, yo, I'm going to steal that. All right. I'm not sure if that was created overseas, like across the pond, my brother, but I'm stealing that. All right. You know what? That's going to probably be a title for one of my next videos. All right. Avoid the fraudcast. I'm stealing it, bro. I'm stealing it. That was dope. Already done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Show some love. Yes. All right. Just thank you. All right. So let me end this here. Okay. I'm playing my music at the end because I got to play my music. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate your presence. And if you've made it this far in the video, you guys are the real MVPs. Okay. You guys are the Harrison Extended family that I appreciate, love, and I appreciate your support. One of the ways you can support the channel, absolutely free, is liking this video. By liking this video, it'll allow YouTube or Facebook or whatever platform you're watching on, it will allow them to put it on in front of other people so that they can watch it and help get this video out there, because we're trying to pick up the numbers on the channel with subscribers and viewers. Okay. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, there's a couple ways. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, you can hit the subscribe button on YouTube or whatever platform you're watching. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the bell notification so it'll let you know when I upload new videos, like I'm doing this coming Thursday, and when I go live like I'm doing right now. And you can also support the channel financially a couple of ways. We have YouTube memberships. If you click the membership button down below, we have tiers there that you can choose to support the channel. And I know a couple of you guys are already Harrison Extended family members through Patreon and Facebook, YouTube membership. So I greatly appreciate your support. But you can also go to patreon.com/Harrison Family Values. The tiers are the same on both YouTube memberships and Patreon. And if you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon is probably the best route for you because it's not affiliated with YouTube. So you can go to patreon.com/Harrison Family Values, and you can, support the channel with as little as $3 a month. But let's say you don't want to just give free money and you want to support the channel anyway, financially. There's a couple of ways you can do so. You can pick up some merch. We have a merch store. You can pick up some merch. You can go to Amazon.com. Go to Amazon.com. And then when you go to Amazon.com, you can search From a Fatherless Father to His Sons. Yes, I am a published author. Your purchase of this book will help support the channel as well. And what else? Yeah, we have merch. We have all that stuff. So, you can do that as well. And one of the best ways about that is you are buying something instead of just giving free money, which I don't mind. If you guys want to support the channel with donations, you're more than welcome to. But some people are funny with things like that. You can purchase merch and support the channel that way as well. All right. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am glad you're here, and make sure you guys tune in this Thursday at 4 p.m. for the live premiere of the video I did with my cousin Damon K. Jones. It's going to be a real head turner. It really will. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Love you all. And until the next upload, a live stream, I'm out. Peace. Wait, before I do that, I was about to end it, but I got to do this first.